All right, so here is the living room where we do our streaming, and this is kind of another like work area that I thought I would show off for the Discord here, and anybody that else might be watching this that's maybe drifted in through my YouTube channel or maybe off Patreon or whatever. It's just like I'm not going to edit this or anything, just kind of show how everything works with the streaming setup and how this situation functions. So this is a room that is just in our living room. So for context, I'll back up into this big empty area that we have. And this is a couch, and then the entertainment center and stuff. And over here, of course, is the kitchen. And I'm just standing over here in this big empty area that we haven't kind of come up with anything to do with yet, but an electronic drum set might end up here at some point in the future. We'll see. So the basic situation is like we just watch TV here and we eat dinner sitting at the couch as well, because that's how we be. And we also do all of our streaming. So I wanted to keep this as super clean as possible. So that's kind of what I've aimed for. We have got like a big TV, I don't know how many, 55, maybe inch, whatever. It's nothing special, it's just a Sony TV. It's fine, it's not OLED, it's just a LCD screen. And it is sitting on top of an IKEA stand. And the IKEA stand, of course, it's got two drawers, and I'll show you in the drawers in a minute. And then this glass panel door that is going to open to where some of the things are, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. The other things that we've got is we have a ukulele over here that I do intend to eventually hang on a wall over here, but I haven't got the guts yet to punch holes in the walls to be permanent about where that ukulele is going to live. And over on this side, we've got the boys. I'll just get you guys a bit of a... Here we go. You got Golden Balls and Benny Tama. And we haven't named Benny Tama's little bro, but he's got a little bro. And the boys just kind of hang out here now. And we also have got the famous teeth lights that Katie has found, I think, in the trash at some point. So we've got one of those on each side, and they've got light bulbs in them. And then the television has got a LED strip on the back. And oh, look, you can see the refresh rate of it. You can't see that in real life. Like that. It just looks solid to me. And the lights for the TV and the teeth lights are plugged into a switch bot down here. So this turns on and off automatically every day. And other things of note back here, it's just like a regular power cord. And this is a hole that just goes into the wall, and I stuffed a paper towel in there because when it's cold out, you can feel the wind come through. So I need to come up with a better solution there. And this is just a coax cable for television. And then this is the data line that I have had installed into the house. There's 4 of these jacks that weave back into a network closet that I'll show you in a second, actually. And this is something that's new. I have wanted speakers to just listen to music for 10 years. And I finally went and I bought some, since we live in a place where we can do that and not annoy anybody that's in a room that's adjacent to our room, because you have apartments and things like that. So I did some research to find some speakers that are self-powered, so I don't have to have an amp, and that are good and wire into a television through HDMI ARC, so the television remote can control the volume of the speakers, and they're also Bluetooth. So what I found is these things are called Klipsch the Fives. The name is the Fives. They're amazing. I would buy them again in a heartbeat. I love these speakers. They sound awesome. They're functionally really good. You can see it has like TV, Bluetooth, optical, USB, and aux, and a phono jack on the back. So everything is in the back of this one speaker. It's powered. Like all the electricity comes through this. You don't need anything else for the sound system. And it's just got these little speakers in it, but it sounds incredibly full and beautiful. Like they're amazing. These are completely amazing, and these things are magnetic. Yeah, if you need like something better, they act as a sound bar basically, but sound awesome. Like they don't sound like a sound bar; they sound incredible. And then of course there's the second one over here, and the only thing that connects the 2 speakers is a single cable. So this one just has a single cable that goes over to the other one. And they've got like a rear blasting woofer in the back and stuff, and they'll actually hook to a subwoofer too, but I don't think it's necessary. They just sound amazing. Anyway, I'm done being in love with my speakers at the moment. So the couch that we're sitting on is just like an IKEA couch. I don't know, it's just the standard IKEA couch. It is about to get some new skin. Katie ordered a new cover for it because this one is really old. And actually, if you look at the back of it, this used to sit in, when we lived in Olska, it sat against a window. So you can see like the sun baked half of it, and then where there wasn't anything. And then at one point the window leaked and stained the back of the couch. So it never has mattered because it's always been against a wall, but it matters now because you can see the back of the couch. So anyway, we're getting new skin for the couch. All right, I just noticed my battery is chirping back. I hope it doesn't die on me. Okay, so let's get into these drawers. So this top drawer is where I keep all of my video games themselves. So these are all my DS and 3DS games. And this is my little thing of like Switch games. And then these are Wii and Wii U games. They're all inside of these. At some point, if you guys are curious, I'll go through all my video game stuff in depth. Just kind of like show what's up. And then like things you need to have like access to easily, I just kind of keep like there. This remote is for the lights in the ceiling, but they're also controlled by a digital thing. I got a PSP in here. And then this is the Wii U gamepad, and I put its power brick inside of here, so it all just like lives here. These are a bunch of NFC tags. That's my Amiibo collection. Don't tell anybody. And then this is just a plastic sealed bin where I keep all my extra controllers and stuff. And the reason I do this is because I want to keep the dust off of them. So I put them in a sealed bin and then they don't get dusty. And I kind of wish this thing was in the sealed bin too, but it's powered and all that stuff. So it's not super ideal. All right. Let me put all this stuff back in here real quick. The Amiibo collection. I'm not sure what's in this drawer. I think we've just got like an extension cord, just in case we need it down here, a blanket, and some books, some coloring books. When Katie was in America, like when COVID started, I spent a lot of time coloring. Let's see what we got. Oh, I didn't finish the book. Yeah, Matt, man. Look at that. Yes. So yeah, this is what I spent a lot of time doing this when Katie was in America last time. And I don't know what's in this. I think it might be empty. It's just like another container. I don't think there's anything in it. And then this is where the video games and stuff are all at. And there is a power strip up here, and I wired everything into this power strip. And this is a switch. This network switch goes to the network jack on the wall because I need, of course, more things. The television is on the network, the wired network. The switch is on the wired network. And the computer as well that's down here. So there's some more video game stuff. DS and my 3DS is here. And then this is where every time the battery dies on the camera and I swap the battery out while we're live streaming, this is what I'm doing. I'm pulling the one out of here and swapping it with this. And then this is a power bank, I guess you call it. I don't know. It's just got an electrical jack and gives you a bunch of USB ports. And I believe Jan gifted us this, and it's still in constant use. We use it all the time. So it lives here and got the extendo cables to keep things tidy. I love these things. And then this is my Vita, and this is the tablet that we use when we are live streaming. I'll show how that works in a minute. And then some tissues, I guess. And then the next shelf down, this is sort of this random stuff, but the power brick for my computer, power brick for my phone, and a battery backup unit. So if we're playing a game with the Pro controller and the battery dies, we just plug this into it to charge it, and the Pro controller can charge off this and play off of it. So that's just kind of what that does. And these are the things for the Mario circuit thing, like this game when you play. So these things are just here, and then behind it is the humongous stupid power brick for the Wii U, and just some cabling and things like that. And you can see way back here in this corner, this is the Bluetooth, or the transmitter. It's not Bluetooth. It's a transmitter for the mouse for the computer. If you don't plug it up like that, the reception on it's bad. So it's on that little extendo cable. And then this is my other Amiibo. And then down here on the bottom one, let me flip my screen around a little bit here. This is the Wii U and then the OLED switch. And I'm gonna drive the ISO a little harder, maybe so you guys can see. And wow, it makes it look really dirty when you do that. And then this is a fighting stick that I honestly probably could sell. I don't use it that much. And then there is in the back here, that is the Elgato HD 60 Plus. So the Wii U and the Switch and the computer, no, the computer is not. The Wii U and the Switch are run into an HDMI splitter or combiner thing that then goes into the Elgato. And then the Elgato has a USB cable that goes into this computer. And then the other side of the Elgato goes to the television. And this is what's capturing the video for our live streams when we play video games. And that is all just tucked in the back and as tidy as you can make it. I don't like the way the Elgato thing has got cables coming out both sides because it makes it impossible to make it tidy. Really, I wish it was all one side of it, but it is how it is. And then this cable is just a random cable that we can plug into our laptop. And this is an HDMI cable on the other end. So if we want to put our laptops for some reason on the television screen or run our laptops through the Elgato, then that's the cable that we would use. And that all goes into that HDMI switch thing. And then as we come over further, I'm going to put this back here. This is the M1 Mac Mini. And it is hooked to the television. We watch movies and stuff off of it. And we also use it for getting things out the high seas and for streaming. And it runs OBS. So this is the thing that does all our streaming. Like I said, the OBS or the Elgato goes into it. So it's doing all the heavy lifting for streaming. Even when I'm out and about now, it does all that work. And maybe I'll talk about that extensively at some point, but that's another story for another day. And then this is a USB cable that, I love these braided cables, by the way. They're so nice. This USB cable goes to the back of this computer. And I'll show you, I've got 18% battery. I don't want to have to hurry. I also don't want to run out of battery. So I'm going to show you what it's like when I set up for a live stream. So I'll take this cable and just pull it out and it just lays across the floor. And it is the single cable. Where's auto? There we go. It's the single cable that has to go across the floor for live streaming. And this is better than it used to be. It used to be like 4 cables. It was a mess. So there we go. That's all I need to do. And I got the tablet out. And then go into this room. And over here, and we've got this is actually the network. I told you there was a network closet. Let me make sure there's nothing you can see. I want to make sure there's no addresses or anything. I've got a password on my router. Hold on a second. There we go. So this is where all of the network stuff is, and you can see the plugs and stuff. That's how everything goes up into the other parts of the house and stuff. Sorry about the focus, but I can't reach it with my nose to touch the focus. And you probably see the password now. Great, I'll change it. Okay, and then down here, I'm not a wise man, is where the stands are. So these are the 2 stands that we need for live streaming, and usually, you know, one hand. I could bring them in with one root, but I only have one hand right now. So that made it pretty tedious, didn't it? I could talk about this mic stand for like 20 minutes. Okay. So then this, let me go to the other side so that the light is better. This mic stand is obviously it's like some HyperX something or other mic. It actually sounds really good, and it does a decent job of being between us and being able to have both of our voices caught, which is what I was hoping for. It actually does some different sound stages too. Like you can set it to have different pickup patterns and things with that little nub on the back. And then the volume is on the bottom like this. You can see those things turning, and then when you want to mute it, you just tap the top and it turns it on and off. The only thing I don't like is it's this bright red light. It just looks aggressive. I don't need that, but it's fine otherwise. And the way that, this looks like a mess, but trust me, it's very tidy. The way that I would go ahead and get started with streaming is I use these hair clip things, right? To just keep the cables on. And then I have one USB plug that goes down and plugs into one hand. Of course, it's the other way. There we go, we can do this. Oh, I want some snicks in the chat, guys. Okay, so that is now on, and it is just plugged into that cable that went across over into that computer. And I can mute that on and off. Like I said, the red is a little overtly aggressive, isn't it? And the way that this works is I just put a USB hub down here, and the microphone runs into the USB hub. This is actually for the Vita. It's like a special cable for the Vita, so I can throw the Vita to the computer. I haven't used that in a while, but I can stream Vita games if I want. And that's what's going into this. And then this one, I believe, goes up, and it's just electricity for the tablet if the tablet's battery is dying. And I'll show you how the tablet goes up there in a second. And then there's one open slot down here, and that's where the camera USB cable goes. I'll show you that in a second. Oh man, the battery. I think I'm going to end up having to edit this together. Maybe then I can just mute out the password. We'll see how it goes. All right. So on here, I've got this like stand I got for a couple hundred yen. It's nothing special, but it does a pretty good job of holding the tablet. And it there, and you can kind of move it around a little bit if you need to move it around. It's totally fine. And I've got this app on here now called IRL Chat or something. And oh yeah, is it in dark mode? Yeah, you might have a hard time seeing it. But it's just, it does this really good job for us when we're live streaming to show, I don't know if the camera's gonna do the biscuits. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But anyway, it shows events and stuff up here, and it shows the chat here, and it's super clean, and you can like manipulate it around, and it looks good in tate mode if it's switched right. And it's just a very nice way of displaying the information that we need without being like too much. So that's been something that I recently figured out. So then to go on a little bit further, 12%. Can we do it? Maybe I can put this like this. And this is the stand, that the camera that you're looking at right now, it goes up here. And there's just a simple cable that comes off of it. And I just take it like this and tuck it in the seat a little bit. And then it just goes into this. And if I put that camera over on here, then the whole thing is set up. So this is them looking at me. This cable is here. My biggest nightmare is this stand falling with the camera on it and breaking the camera. So I've kind of like devised a way to keep that cable from getting like tugged. And basically what I've done is stuff it in the couch and sit on it. And then I don't want the jack on the camera to get like moved around too much. So I put the cable like on here with one of these tie things and made it really tight so that there's like, if you tug here, it's not gonna pull on the camera. It's not gonna pull on the camera itself. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's about it as far as like the hardware and stuff in this room. But I've I'm a bit happier now because of how much easier it is to set up the live stream. It used to be a big pain. Like there's like, I didn't have this hub over here, so the camera cord was going across and that cord was going across, and I didn't have a way to charge the tablet, and it was like a whole production. So the fact that I've like tidied all this up with, it's not that much stuff, you know what I mean? It's like a bunch of the stuff I bought at the 100 yen shop, and like a couple of things like off Amazon for $10 there, $10 here, you know, it's not a big deal. So pretty happy with the way that this streaming setup is, and getting it going isn't too much trouble anymore. I know it's not quite as easy as other people have got when they like stream from their like streaming desk, and their whole thing, they just hit like 2 buttons and it's all on. So we don't have that quite that simple, but it's also kind of like our living area, you know what I mean? So we like to play video games on the couch. So this is what's working out for us. And that is another working area. And maybe at some point, I don't know, maybe I'll do a live stream or something going through all of our Nintendo stuff. I thought about that before. I've got a bunch of like weird Nintendo stuff up in the like loft. And at some point I might talk a little bit, make another video, like just like a little aside thing like this, talking more about the streaming setup that I've got. Because I've made something fairly cool for streaming outside. It's unique too. I've been Googling around trying to find other people with similar setups, and I'm sure there are other people that do it like this, but there's not a lot of people talking about it. So anyway, yeah, that is another one of these. And if you missed, I did another one of these, but I don't know, a couple weeks ago about my desk setup. And maybe one day we'll do one with Katie's desk setup. She recently bought a chair, y'all. It's pretty nice.